we bonded over being hoes. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Patrice. If you are not, welcome back. So today, in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 things that I learned in my 20s, or like advice I would like to give another woman who is entering her 30s, like myself. It's my birthday. I just turned 30, January 23rd. Okay, period. So let's get into the list. I'm just going to be turning my head because I wrote all of these things down. So tip number one, I said learning how to manage my finances. I'm not sure about your age range of parents, but my parents are boomers, baby. And if you know anything about that particular generation of like Black people, you know that that's the generation of very much, oh, don't get no credit card. The credit card, that's the devil. And outside of like credit, just being able to like know this percent of my income goes to savings, this percent of my income goes for fun and maintenance, shopping, etc. Just being able to divide my money wisely and just manage it wisely. From college, and say you just got a job and you're so excited to work in your field. Maybe your entry level job does not have a retirement account, 401k, or what have you. I wish I would have known and understood exactly what, like, oh, retirement savings account and etc. Because I'm telling you, none of my jobs offered any type of retirement plan up until like the past year or so. So I think, had I known, regardless if a job is offering me a retirement account, just to get one anyway, period. Outside of that, just preparing for retirement in general, that's something that was just the furthest thing from my mind, like literally the furthest thing from my mind. So something uber important that I wish I would have done, like maybe around 18, some sort of savings account that will prepare me for retirement. Also, another thing that I stumbled across recently was Black Women Invest. I went to their recent brunch a few months ago, like back in the early fall, well, late fall, early winter, I guess you could say. That group is so empowering. I think that you guys should look into it. I'm going to tag them below. Black Women Invest, bomb, 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 bomb. They do so much for like young millennials. Even if you're not a millennial, like if you are like an older than like 45 or something, there were members of the organization that are much older than that. And they have like local chapters of like large Black metropolitan cities. Like they have like a chapter in DC, and I think like LA and stuff like that. Really cool. I think you should really look into that. Yeah. The second thing that I had on my list was to get into your Bible, sis. Now, granted, I'm just now starting this channel, so I can't say that this is a Christian channel or like all of my followers are Christian, so to say. But I'm going to say whatever your faith may be, whether it's you're Jewish, you're Islam, or in that like religion or anything, to find your community there. So I'm just going to go off of Christianity because that's the faith that I practice. So I would say it's so many things in the world that's trying to knock you off your swivel. Like, I mean, just say, for example, how just doing coke, right? Booger sugar, baby. Doing coke is just so normalized. Like, they're really trying to push that in our culture. And there's so many things that are prevalent in society that tries to stray us away from positive things. So that's my take on that, baby. I stay in that Bible. Find you a church, a community, whatever that may be, so you can stay grounded and keep God first. Because I'm telling you, it's so many distractions, it's so many things that are trying to get you to come away from that. So just make sure that you're on top of that. I wish I would have done that when I was in college and I would have been more faith-based. I think that's around the time I started to deviate from practicing my faith, because I guess nobody was doing it. Again, things trying to stray you away. Nothing on campus. I'm lying. We had like little so I went to HBCU. So it's very common for African Americans to practice Christianity. So we did have like little faith-based things, but I should have been more participating in those things. Okay. But I'm on it now. Okay, number 3, it is to find a mentor. So this is for my girls that may be like 22, 23. You're in that, like, you're just starting to get the hang of adulthood. And sometimes trying to talk to someone about what you're going through, whether it's changes in your body, your hormonal fluctuations, or just life, it's not as easy to talk to like your mom or your family. Sometimes you want to get that unbiased opinion from someone that can give you the absolute best counsel, the absolute best guidance. I think I should have done that, because it's like, I'm not going to say I had a horrible mother. Like, my mother bomb, really good, great person. But I cannot necessarily say that I felt like she was my go-to person to talk about every single thing. Like, had I sought out that person, I think things would be differently. Now I have those type of women that are in my life that I can seek counsel from, that I know and trust, and I can look at their life and be like, you know what, that's admirable. I think that's very, very, very important. Okay. Number 4, this is a big one, and I put prioritize health. I think that, let me tell you something about me. When I was an undergrad, baby, I mean snatched. It was giving very much snatched, very much sick in the right places. And it was very much, I thought I was also in the band. So let me add that. If you know anything about HBCU bands, you know that you are practicing every single day, Monday to Sunday. And if you're not at band practice, you are at a game or at a parade or at a competition. So what I used to do in the band, I danced and I was like a flag girl. So dancing in the band is all, what's that show called on Lifetime? They out of Mississippi. They like 45 minutes from where my mama's from. God, what is it called? It's like, I want to say Diva Dance or something like that. Whatever. Band dancing. So that's cardio, babe. So I just thought, I ain't never gonna gain weight. I can eat whatever I want. But had I had the mindset of, let me eat healthy now, let me exercise now, let that be a part of my lifestyle, my regimen, then I think I'm chunky now. It's like I blinked and woke up and I was chunky. Like, how did this happen to me? To keep up with your doctor's appointment, I know, like, after 25, baby, they're gonna kick you off your parents' insurance, and you off the fence for yourself. So, based upon my experience, keep up with your doctor's appointment. Make your doctor's appointment at the tail beginning of the year. If anything, especially as women, we're very intuitive with our body. Like, say, for example, like, we know when something is out of whack. So addressing that immediately, as opposed to letting it linger, can help you in the long run in regards to your health. Like, I had an ankle injury that I didn't really pay attention to, and it took me a long time to get MRI. Took me a long time to get an X-ray. So Like I'm dragging my feet with all of these appointments, and now I feel like my ankle is over. Like I can walk, I'm mobile, but it's just like things like me wearing heels are impacted by an old injury that I should have addressed earlier in my 20s. But then again, my weight could be a part of the problem, child. 5, I have don't hold on to dead relationships. Bro, bruh. This goes to male and female. Whether this is a man that you're dating or this is a friend. I can say for myself, I held on for dear life for these relationships with women for absolutely no reason. They not going to places I'm going. We have different mindsets, and I held on to these relationships out of like loyalty, out of, oh, well, I've known Jenna since we were 2 and our families are interconnected, babe. So what? So what? Forgive me for what I'm about to say, y'all. Forgive me, Father. I will never forget. It's a recent conversation me and my friend had. And she was basically the same thing I'm saying now, like holding on to unnecessary friendships. And she was like, we bonded over being hoes. Not to say that I'm a hoe. I'm just saying like we just bonded over like playing with men and like city girl, we outside, like that's what we bonded over. And it's like we're so beyond that. Like I can say for myself, I mean, y'all don't know me that well, but like I used to smoke weed, and certain relationships revolved around that. This is the person that I smoke weed with. And now at 30, even a few years ago, I can say I have absolutely no interest in getting high ever again. I have no interest in being so drunk out of my mind. Like I was never a person, or when I did used to get drunk or whatever, like I would get drunk, but it was never to a point where I was incoherent. It was never to a point where I was throwing up. But regardless of the fact, it's like we ain't got nothing to talk about. Like I said in my other tip, baby, I be in my Bible. That's not to say that I don't be having fun and I don't want to go to brunch and I don't want to do this and do that, but I'm not there, sister. So even with these men, if you feel like whoever I'm talking to, if you feel like that, oh, well, he was my sneaky link, and you know deep down in your soul, deep down in your heart, that you will want a relationship, you will want a deeper connection, you want to be married, then cut it off. Like it's just that simple. I know it's hard. Number 6. Now this one isn't too hard for me because as y'all know, I'm a glam girl. I'm a makeup artist, I'm a cosmetologist. So this one isn't too hard for me, but this one is every time that you leave your house, look your best. Because you never know who you're going to run into. 1, 2, you never know what kind of opportunity that may be present. I'm going to Target, right? Baby, especially like you going to a nice neighborhood Target. Like your makeup is on, your hair is on, you don't even have to put hair and makeup, just making sure that your clothes are wrinkle free, they're clean, you smell nice, you're fresh out of the shower, and you look very clean, neat, and presentable. You can meet your husband. Now imagine if you was the girl that you was trying to hurry up and run to Target and get your body washed and you got a bonnet on. He ain't gonna want to talk to you with that bonnet on, sister. I'm not even about to get into the little war that Monique had because that's not here nor there. All I'm saying is team bonnet, team no bonnet. All I'm saying is when you leave the house looking your best, it puts you in a better mood. When you look your best, you feel your best. It's just like you're your best self. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Number 7, I would say I'm just now getting to this point. This tip is figure out your life plan and go full force to it, whatever that may be. So say if you are 23. Excuse me. Say you're 23 and you know deep down in your soul, deep down in your bones that you want to get married and you want to have children. Okay, what kind of wife do you want to be? You want to be traditional? Okay, cool. You need to put all energy, put all force into that. I want to get married. I want to have children. And I'm going to say I want to get my master's in education, even though I don't. Baby, I'm a human resource girly. So I'm going to say this. Had I did this when I was younger, I would be so much happier. If you are a girl and you know you want to get that master's, you know you want to get that PhD, you need to get it as soon as possible. If your university or institution has the option of like a dual program, like you can do your master's and get your undergraduate degree simultaneously and you can get it done in 5 years, do it. Get it done and out the way. Because I'm telling you, once you enter the workforce and life just starts lifing, trying to balance going to school and life and a full-time job, it is so difficult. So focus on put all your energy into that. Do it now. Get it done out the way. Number 8 is continue to learn. An old quote that I learned was knowledge is power. So, and this is outside of the last tip I said about like, you can simultaneously get your master's and your undergraduate degree. I'm just talking about just knowledge on like outside of like school. I would say like invest into professional development. So you can pay for like a communications class or like a business class or a public speaking class. These things not only can help you in your day-to-day life, but it can kind of help you with finding a job. Hey, when you're on these interviews, you took public speaking, so now you can perfectly articulate what's on your resume, and you can also add, hey, I have this certification, so this adds to me being a great candidate. Number 9 is make your mental health a top priority. I didn't start seeing a therapist, how old was I? 2019. That's when I went to go see a therapist because I thought I may have been like depressed or something like that. So I was like, girl, what's going on? Like that Nene video. Girl, what's going on? Girl, what's going on? So, and you don't necessarily have to feel like you're depressed or going through something. It could just be so you can become the absolute best version of yourself. And then once you're faced with conflict, you know how to address that in a healthy way. Like one thing I say all the time that my therapist told me, shout out to my girl Ariel, was stop putting contingencies on your life. Like that was a really big one for me. So outside of like God revealing things to me, your therapist is going to dig into you so bad, baby. You're not going to have no other choice but to receive it. And it's so crazy that I'm saying this on my 30th birthday, talking about tips, because I found myself, oh, I want to buy a house by 30. Oh, I want this by 30. I want this. So many things. And she said, girl, you're literally running yourself ragged trying to complete all of these things by 30. Like, please. I remember my realtor, he was like, yeah, y'all 30-year-olds be like, well, 29-year-olds, y'all be like, oh, I'm going to make me $200K, have 3 houses and this and this by 30. Not to say it's impossible, but that type of pressure on yourself, it can turn negative real quick. Last thing is travel more. One thing I wish I would have done, outside of me like not having the best jobs in my 20s, I had some good jobs, don't get me wrong. Like I wasn't piss poor, but I felt like if I had a little bit more money, I would be able to go to the places I wanted to go, because if I would have managed my money better, I would be in a better space to travel to these places. And another thing I want people to know, if you're in your 20s or even if you are in your 30s, because this one pisses me off, do not let nobody like guilt trip you into thinking, oh, you went to Miami? I went to Aruba. There is absolutely, positively nothing wrong with traveling domestically. When I say that burns me up when I see that on Twitter, when I don't have a Threads or Instagram or whatever the case may be. Oh, y'all not going to Miami and Las Vegas me to death. First of all, everyone is not in the position to go to Dubai because they wake up and feel like it. Like, don't let nobody guilt trip you into doing that, please. And let's be clear, I've been to Mexico, France, Switzerland. I've been to those places, but it was years ago. I have not traveled internationally in forever. So that's certainly on my list for my 30s. Whether you want to travel to Nashville or Mykonos, that's your business. And don't let nobody make you feel otherwise. Period. Point blank. I hope this video inspired someone, uplifted someone, gave you new perspectives about turning 30 and how to navigate your 20s in a more positive way. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And you can comment what is some things that you want to share to other women that are in their 20s, that are entering their 30s, or just want to navigate through their 20s. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. I don't know if it's like I'm waiting for like a metamorphic thing to happen, or an epiphany, or like a spiritual awakening. Like, turning 30 is such a big deal. Like 3, like the Trinity, like this is the year, my year. Dirty 30.